Meantime, the renewal of an Emmy Award-winning television program is set for next Wednesday here on Net TV. That's when the new season of City of Churches gets underway, and there's a new host taking over, Anthony Mangano. He's the well-known actor who regularly appears on shows like Blue Bloods and CSI. Well, this morning he was here in the Currents studios, and I asked him what happens on the program.
One day we would go into, say, like when I did St. John's the Evangelist, we would go in my old neighborhood and we'd walk through the streets and talk about the certain, I guess, landmarks of that area and that have changed over the years, or some are still the same. You know, the pizzeria that might have been there for 50, 60 years, or the like Greenwood Cemetery, and like all down Fifth Avenue, like what I did here. And it would be different for each neighborhood that we would go visit each church and talk about, you know, like show pictures of what it was like then and what it's like now, how much it might have changed. And then we would go and visit the church, and we'd look at the church and how it started out and how it would change. And we'd either talk to the priest or the Monsignor who was ever in charge there, and they would run us through a history of fascinating things. Like I've always found it fascinating is that when you go into some of these churches that I never knew, because today we have all the lighting, but back then there really wasn't much lighting. Mm-hmm. So these stained glass windows were made, and the church was designed to reflect the sunlight that would come in, and then, you know, it would just illuminate the church, and when it did, you'd actually see whatever religious artifact or a moment in the Bible mm-hmm. would be standing there, and it would actually almost like come to life, like almost like Disney-like, mm-hmm. which was fascinating to me, in that a lot of the stained glass came from like Munich, Germany, I believe, and mm-hmm. just some of the statues and some of the carvings, because today the architecture, I'm not taking anything away, but it's not like it was.
But St. John the Evangelist was special to you because that was the church of your youth, right?
Oh God, yeah, that was. I loved it.
When you walked in and you looked at it, was it what kind of memories came back to you?
I just remember when I was a kid. You know, my mom, God rest her soul, she was so close with the nuns that I was an altar boy there, mm-hmm. and I went to Catholic school there. So it was great because we had a group of guys that you don't see in the streets anymore. That me and my friends Bobby Adami and Philip Mendola and Anthony Palladino and a couple of other guys, we were a clique.
You play stickball?
We played stickball and football, and then when it snowed, you'd slide down. Your father would come out and you get on a sled. It was great because it was 6th Avenue to 5th Avenue. It was straight down, you know, and it's just that we grew up there. It was such a tight little unit that you barely see. Everybody's inside playing, you know, computers today. And it was just the greatest time of my life, that when I moved away, I was heartbroken. I would constantly go back to, Mom, Dad, take me back to the old neighborhood. And so doing that episode, being there, because my mom, she was baptized, communion, confirmed, married, and her funeral was there.
Yeah, wow.
So it was like,
so it means something.
It means something. And my dad, and a lot of my family, a lot of my aunts and uncles, my mother's brothers and sisters, she was one of 10, they all got married there.
Yeah. So the new season begins on Wednesday, and give us a couple of the churches that you'll be going through the first few.
We did St. John's, which will be the first one. We did St. Raphael's. Mm-hmm. We did St. Joe's. Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy.
St. Joe's is the co-cathedral. That must have been magnificent to go in there.
Oh God, yes. Actually, it was my father-in-law's church.
Is that right?
So I had my father-in-law. He's going to be on the show. He grew up there as well, so it was great. Mm-hmm. Holy Name of Jesus, we did, which is going through renovations like St. Joe's.
Right. So you've seen a lot of changes, and there's a lot of changes to St. John the Evangelist in the neighborhood there itself. It's changed dramatically, right?
Yes, it changed dramatically. There's like these coat of arms in there now that I never had as a kid. Mm-hmm. But all in all, it still kept the look of what it was when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So it was great. You know, I was an altar boy there. It was a great feeling.
Can you remember some of the priests that you served?
Father Scafani. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was Father Callow or. I know Father Scafani.
He was a great guy. I remember him.
You remember him?
Yeah, sure.
And I think it was Sister Ann Stephanie, if I remember right. You know, they were good people. I mean, as a kid, you know, if I got in trouble, you were a boy, you know, we got in trouble. So.
Well, we're looking forward to the series, and like I say, it's great to have you on board here with the Net family.
Oh, thank you. So, and listen, I want everybody to tune in that night if they can.
Wednesday night?
Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And then, because I do other things, I'm on CSI that night too.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
put a plug so they can see me. I go from being a good host to not a bad guy, but it's a good little plug there.
Great.
So they can see me in other things. But I thank you so much. Great to be on this network, and I hope to do a lot more things. I got a Christmas variety special that we may wind up one of.
All right, we'll promo that then. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much.